Hello, everyone. My name is Patricia Dunn. Today, I will be presenting my career pathway presentation for IMED 1301 301. I'm very excited to be presenting today as I have put a lot of thought and research into this project. I found myself, even at 25, not really having a true name or title for what it was that I wanted to be. So I truly had to go through, analyze, and see what applies to what I envision myself being and doing going forth 5, 10, 15, and 20 years from now. So without further ado, we're going to jump straight into the presentation. So I have decided to pursue a career in professional photography slash videography. I do already hold a bachelor's of science degree in political science, and throughout that journey of that degree and just kind of exploring different medias used to portray and kind of educate me in that field, I kind of fell in love with the idea of photography and videography. So for the last couple years, I've kind of been expanding myself and my portfolio. When I was going through the internet and kind of looking for a true definition of photographer and videographer, I didn't kind of want to use one that was already created. I wanted to kind of explain to you all and kind of use the definition that fits what I want to be and what I truly seek to gain from this profession. So, a little bit, if you don't know, a professional photographer or videographer is someone who utilizes their technical expertise, creativity, and artistic vision to capture images, tell stories, document situations or in historical events, influence or push agendas and narratives. As a political science major, this is something I explored vastly. So I found this very uplifting and rewarding to be able to kind of pursue a combination of the two careers where I'm still being able to use my artistic and creative expertise, but still being able to kind of push the agendas and influence things important to me. Another important thing noted for being a photographer or videographer professionally is someone who practices the art form of mass media production in their own viewpoint. So, again, going back to being able to push and shape those narratives that matter most to me, this is kind of something that drove me to photography and is something that has made photography kind of stand out in my life thus far. So I know you might be wondering why this career, what led me to this career, what made me kind of own in on this, and why is this a career that best defines me? Well, I wanted to truly sit down and put everything forefront for you. So I did divide this into the pros and the cons. The easy pros are going to be the creative freedom, me being able to be my own boss about it, and the fact that photography and videography, again, as mentioned previous or earlier in our presentation, is something that has just always meant the world to me. So being able to kind of combine my passion, make money off of it, be my own boss, have my own driving force, being able to keep my creativity in the forefront, of course, is a pro to having this job. It'll also be able to give me the ability to travel and focus on using different media forms as well as being able to be a part of major events, not only in my life, but the lives of other people that I might end up touching or having a hand in documenting those life experiences for them. When it came to the cons, I'm not going to say that any career is perfect whenever I kind of try to put my artistic ideas into one box. But the cons for me when it came to kind of defining myself as a photographer or videographer is going to be the fluctuating income. Photography is not something that's highly sought out, especially now in a world where we'll be able to use our phones or kind of utilize platforms like Canva and Photoshops that are readily available and at our fingertips every day. It does cause for a fluctuating income. It is a quite expensive startup. Coming from someone who does photography as a hobby, I have invested thousands of dollars into this hobby, and it is something that I will continue to have to grow upon as I grow and become more serious with this profession. Um, Another thing is, I have to freelance and kind of grow my own self. I'm kind of starting from ground zero. I do not have any other mentors or any other besides classes that I'm taking like this one, and eventually the pursuance of my master's degree that will kind of give me a blueprint. But other than that, I don't really have a business or a storefront right now where people can just open a door and come and meet me or readily find me or readily even know I'm available. And this also goes into my next con, which is that the market can be a bit oversaturated. Again, with having the cameras, amazing cameras at your fingertips, photography is not as sought out as it used to be. So I'm constantly going to have to evolve, constantly going to have to do things that set myself apart, constantly going to have to expand myself and kind of my mediums and my level of creativity. So again, ties back to the question, why this career? This career for me is my passion. This career is something that I want to be able to kind of make mine. I feel like photography and videography is something, though readily available now, it's something we'll utilize for the rest of time. And I want to make sure that I can do whatever it takes and bring my creative touch and leave my mark on the earth however I see fit and however creatively and how freely I see fit. So that's something that was beautiful to me about this career. So this leads me to, where do I want to go? What is my next 5-year plan? Where do I see myself in 5 years with this career and with my goals in mind? So right now, currently 2025 through 2026, I am completing some prerequisites I need to enter the Mass Communications Master's Program at the University of Houston. I am also in the process of creating a portfolio, doing competitions, evolving my equipment, as mentioned earlier, and creating my own brand. What you'll see here is the Undone Art Studio logo, which is now my official studio branding. Something I'm very proud of, and one of my major accomplishments this year is actually breaking ground and getting my company and my content creation and my photography and just my art and my portfolio out there. So I'm super excited about that. I actually created this logo and this page and kind of just this flow of everything during this class. So I'm super grateful for this experience. The next thing you're going to see there is in 2027, I plan to have completed my master's degree and along the way grew and established multiple connections, not only here in Houston, Texas, but globally. I am currently in the works of brand partnering with multiple brands. So hopefully that'll just continue to grow and expand and become something everlasting and influential for me as a person as I grow my brand. 2028, I plan to open my own brick and mortar studio, which will first be drafted in 2027 and established in 2028, where it will become a safe haven for all artists and creatives alike. So there you kind of see is kind of the beginning of what this brand was for me. I was just my own namesake brand at one point, and now I'm kind of just evolving and growing. By 2029 and 2030, I officially want to have multiple brick and mortar locations. I actually want to have art studio rentals and lofts here in Houston where artists can come, students can come, creatives can come and rent spaces for me, years and leases at a time, and kind of just, again, be that art safe haven, push my agenda, spread my message, get those viewpoints, those rarities, those once in a lifetime moments out there, and just kind of be a driving force for creativity and just my own self and my own brand. So yeah, that pretty much sums up why photography. Here you'll see a little bit of my collateral. So these are projects and pieces in photography that I've done myself as a hobby and kind of my reason, my driving force, my purpose for pursuing this career. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation today. And again, I'm so grateful for the opportunity and the structure this class has provided me with. I will have my information linked in the comments below, and I look forward to growing and establishing in the Undone Studio brand. Thank you so much. My name is Patricia Dunn, and I hope you have a great day.